And salute to everybody in the building. It's your boy King Jr. going live for the first time. Probably ain't gonna get nobody in the building, but I'm just gonna go ahead and talk my shit today. So we got a fight coming up tonight. Spence versus Crawford. Everybody wait to see this. Errol Spence, you need to win this fight tonight, bro. You need to win this fight tonight. You got a lot to prove to the world, man. You have a lot to prove. You have an You got to win this fight tonight. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Look, I got all the faith in you, Errol. I got all the faith in you, Errol Spence Jr. I need you to win this fight tonight. Because if Errol doesn't win this fight tonight, watch how many people is going to shit on this man. Watch how many people are going to say, he was always basic. He never could be the skill fighter like Terrence Crawford. That's what they're going to say. That's all what they're going to say. So, Errol Spence, please beat this man up tonight. This fight is going to matter. It's now or never, Errol Spence. You have to beat Terrence Crawford tonight. Because like I said, there is going to shit on you for losing. I'm telling you right now. Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones Jr., Antonio Tarver, all these guys is going to shit on prayers. They're going to glorify this stuff. Please, Errol, you got to do damage control tonight. You have to do damage control tonight, my guy. Please, beat him tonight. But Errol Spence Jr. has a chance. Now, Blue Blood Sports TV, he went live, not live. He dropped the video recently, right? And if you guys don't know who Kurt Anderson is a boxing historian. He really knows his boxing. Shout out to Kurt Sugar. Rest in heaven, dude. You are one of the greatest boxing minds I ever heard in boxing. And shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. If you guys like, hate, and subscribe to him, go ahead and hate Blue Blood. You know, he's a pretty decent guy. He knows his boxing. So he drops a prediction video on what Kurt Anderson, his final prediction was. And he basically said, well, damn. He basically said, shit, I forgot myself. He basically said that Crawford is going to stop. I find that very, very hard to believe that Crawford is going to knock out Errol Spence 7th to 8th round. I don't see that happening. But that was Kurt Anderson's final prediction between Spence and Crawford. And the reason why he says that Crawford is going to basically beat Spence is because of the movement. The movement that Spence is going to have trouble dealing with Crawford in his movement. That Errol is going to beat Terrence Crawford, despite the movement. And for the prime example of that, Crawford, in my opinion, has slowed down. And people don't realize that. He has truly slowed down. And people could take it with a grain of salt. He's gonna do what Crawford's gonna do. He's going to try to be the best version that he can possibly be. But I just don't think it's going to be enough, because Crawford, you have been fighting cab driver after cab driver after cab driver. You have been fighting a lot of cab drivers, Crawford. And it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. Because when you start fighting easy opponents like that, you're going to get comfortable. You're going to get very, very comfortable. And it's not going to work, Crawford. I'm telling you right now, my guy. It's definitely not going to work. Point blank and simple. It's definitely not going to work. But I just wanted to go live for the first time. I know I ain't going to have nobody in this thing, but we slowly going to get this thing working. We slowly going to build it up. I'm going to try to start doing live streams and all this other stuff, you know. So we gonna get it popping over here eventually. I still got to come with a couple more videos, but I recently changed my boxing name to JR. Instead of King Jr., it's gonna be JR Boxing Talk from now on. So that's gonna be my official name. But I really ain't got too much left to say on this scenario between Crawford and Spence. All I can really say is Spence is probably going to stop this man in the 11th round. That's what I see what's going to happen. It's going to be an 11th round stoppage, like it or not. But I would be truly shocked. I would be truly shocked tonight if Crawford showed me something that I haven't seen in a long time. If he showed me that 140-pound Terrence Crawford, that was what, 6 to 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. It's been so long since he's been at 140 pounds. I could be wrong off the years. But if he shows up that version of Crawford tonight, oh man, Spence is going to have some trouble. Spence is going to definitely have some trouble to deal with. It's definitely going to be some trouble for Spence. And I think Spence can rival with that. But I just can't believe the prediction of the great historian Kurt Anderson has dropped. He said that Crawford is going to stop Errol Spence tonight in the 7th to 8th round. I don't see it. I really don't. I think there's no way. I mean, the only way I can really see that happening is unless Spence do a scenario where he got hit just like Yordenis Ugas. I mean, that's the only way I see Spence really getting dropped or hurt or stopped. And another thing that what Blue has basically brought up on that prediction video of Kurt Anderson's final thoughts is that both guys is going to be hurt one way or the other. Crawford's probably going to get dropped tonight, and Spence going to get dropped tonight. But Kurt's final prediction was that Crawford's going to stop him or knock him out in the 7th or 8th round because of movement. And I find that very, very hard to believe that movement is going to be Spence, because Spence is just, he doesn't have the greatest footwork in the world, but he has educated footwork. So he can just move just as well as Crawford does. The only difference between Spence and Crawford is that Crawford switched from orthodox to southpaw. That's the only difference. So with that being said, you know, we're going to have to see what happens, man. But I don't know, people. I find it very, very hard to believe that Crawford is going to beat Spence tonight. He's going to have to show me something that I've never seen before. He's really going to have to show me something. And if Crawford beats Spence, hey, I salute to you, Crawford. I tip my hat off to you. But I just don't see it. Crawford is going to have to do something that he never did before. He's going to have to be that same guy that he was 6 to 7 years ago. He's going to have to be the 140-pound Crawford that we all been waiting for. So, with that being said, at the end of the day, people, you know, we gotta see what's going to happen in this fight. I'm kind of on my feet because Spence, you got to win this fight, bro. I'm sorry to tell you, bro, but you have to win this fight. This is a must for you, Spence. You got to win this fight. If you don't win this fight tonight, a lot of people is going to discredit you, bro. I'm not going to discredit you. I'm not going to do that. I'll just say, look, Spence fought his ass off. He did what he could do. But I'm not going to bring up any excuses like, I know there's some real diehard Spence fans out there. I'm not going to bring up his car accident. I'm not going to bring up his eye injuries. I'm not going to do that. Spence looks fine. He looks like a completely fresh fighter, and he's going to do what he's got to do. But I'm still blown by this prediction from the late, great Kurt Anderson. He's picking Crawford to win. I'm hoping his prediction is wrong, because I think that prediction he had told Blue was probably like 2 years ago. But a lot of things changed. But if Kurt Anderson was alive today and he saw the David Avanesian fight between Crawford and Avanesian, his prediction probably would have changed. But I don't see it tonight. I don't see it, people. I just don't see it. Crawford is going to have to do something. He's going to have to be that versatile, slick, raw dog like he was at 140. Because if he not, either way it goes, if Crawford shows little signs of weakness, he's going to get broken down and stopped. If Spence shows any signs of weakness, he's going to get knocked out. And believe me, if you pull a scenario like you did against Ugas Spence, where you lost your mouthpiece, because there is a couple of fights that Spence lost his damn mouthpiece, and Spence even said, look, the teeth that he had to get replaced after a car accident, it doesn't fit his mouthpiece properly. So I understand that. Hopefully tonight you got a proper mouthpiece, my dude. You really need to get a mouthpiece, because you don't want to have that scenario where you you basically lose your mouthpiece. And Crawford takes advantage of that, and he puts you on the ground and knocks you down. And you guys know knockdowns is a large amount of points when you knock somebody down in boxing. So hey, but I figure I do my first ever live stream. You know, I want to start implementing live streams, but you know I just ain't got time because I just be doing work and stuff like that. But this is a must. Crawford, great fighter. Spence, great fighter. But if you go down resume, right? Like I said earlier in this video, Crawford, your resume is not all that, bro. And I'm saying this the nicest way as possible. I don't know who Julius Ndongo. I don't know who Thomas Delorme. I don't know who Victor Postile. I don't know who David Azerbaijan. I don't know who Hank Lundy is. I don't know who Egis Kavalakis is. I don't know those people. But if you go down Spence's resume, I know who Sean Porter is. I know who Danny Garcia is. I know who Carlos Ocampo is. I know who Kell Brook is. You know, Spence has fought in a lot of guys. He could have fought Keith Thurman, but he ducked out the fight. Spence just has a glorified resume. Point blank and simple. Like it or not. He just has a glorified resume. He has just as good a resume as Sean Porter. But either way it goes, if Spence lose, Spence is still going to the Hall of Fame. If Crawford lose, Crawford still is going to the Hall of Fame. Matter of fact, Crawford is still going to the Hall of Fame because he's undisputed. Unless they change it. But I think in boxing, you got to get voted into the Hall of Fame to be in the Hall of Fame. But I think I got Spence by 11 round stoppage. Either way it goes, I got Spence by 11 round stoppage. I think Spence is gonna stop this man tonight. I really do think Spence is gonna stop this man. But at the end of the day, you know, we're gonna have to see. But I might stay on live for like 3 more minutes, 5 more minutes, because I got to get myself prepared for the fight. You know, I had a long day today just working, typical stuff. But we're going to get the live stream rolling. We're going to get it rolling. One way or the other, we're going to get this live stream popping. I wish I could fight call it too, but, you know, I got to get me a laptop and all that other stuff. But all I know is, hope everybody enjoy the fight tonight, man. This is going to be a legacy fight that everybody wants to see. I got man down Spence all day. I got Spence all day. Shout out to Spill Dog, man. Spill Dog is great boxing mind. He knows his boxing. If you guys watch Spill Dog videos, the way he breaks down Spence is perfect. I salute to Spill Dog. Salute to Boss Hog Capo. Those guys are truly Spence fans. They're not Spence all around Spence 24/7 on his back all day. They just support Spence for what he does in the ring. And you got to salute to those guys as well. And another thing people talk about, Crawford has plan A, B, C, and D. But you got to realize that you could have all those plans, but if all them plans fail against Spence tonight, you're gonna be up the creek. So I will be trying to drop some videos tomorrow and express my thoughts on it. I should do a post-fight reaction on the fight tonight. I might do that tonight. Depends on how I feel, if I don't feel too tired or whatever. But hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. So, but remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to JR Boxing Talk. That's my new name, JR Boxing Talk. Got to get myself in the algorithm so everybody can start watching the videos and see where I'm coming from. I'm gonna try to do shorts and try to do all that other stuff to keep the channel flowing. Just didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff. So, but with that being said, guys, I ain't gonna take up too much time. But like I said in this video, Spence, you need to beat Terrence Crawford tonight. It's now or never, my guy. Because if you lose, there's gonna be a lot of shit talkers tonight. and I'm gonna have to drop a lot of damn videos on these shit talkers. And I dare Antonio Tarver to say some shit. I really do. I dare Antonio Tarver to say something. Because if he say something about how Spence was never that good of a fighter, dude, let's talk about how you have a slurring problem. Let's talk about that. Because your defense wasn't the best. We can go back to your past fights and you got your ass handed to you. Yeah, you was a good fighter. But I just don't like the way you talking about Errol Spence like he's some type of trash can fighter. Mighty funny that he's still in boxing today and you ain't, you know. Yeah, age catch up to everybody, but you could have still fought. You just quit like a little girl like you was. So, hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. But once again, shout out to Spill Dog, shout out to Boss Hog, Capo. Shout out to those guys, man. Shout out to Fanon, shout out to Blue Blood, shout out to all those guys, man. They put in a very, very hard work. Champ Side, Trill Boxing Talk. He was actually really one of my favorite guys I like to watch a lot. He just don't go live like he used to. I understand he gotta, you know, keep himself motivated, you know, do what he gotta do outside of the YouTube realm of boxing and stuff like that. It's sad that he doesn't do his streams like it, because I used to always to watch him. He always get through my day with his streams and stuff. But you know, hey, if you gotta take a break from boxing, take time away from talking boxing because these crazy ass boxing fans, I understand that, man. But hey, you know, salute to him, man. Shout out to 78 Sports TV. Shout out to all those guys, man. You know, shout out to the crazy IFBP dude. That dude, you know, he's got a fan base over there. Look, he's doing his thing. Got no problem with him. You know, some of the stuff is wild that he say out his mouth. Actually, a lot of guys, the stuff that they say out their mouth is wild. But hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. But long story short, Spence, you need to win this fight, bro. Please beat Terrence Crawford tonight. This is a must. This is a must. You have to beat Terrence Crawford tonight. If you don't beat Terrence Crawford tonight, they're going to discredit you in every way. The announcers, the judges, everybody. Everybody's going to discredit you. So you're going to have to win convincingly because I know what they're going to do. They're going to try to rob. They're going to try to do whatever it takes to rob Spence. I know it. Just like they try to say, them Crawford fans try to say that the judges is looking to rob Crawford. No, they're not. Yeah, the judges may look corrupt, but they're not going to rob either guy because this is an important fight for everybody. So if I was Spence and Crawford, I would not leave it to the judges. I'll try to do whatever it takes to knock the man out. Crawford's got to knock out Spence. Spence got to knock out Crawford. I'm just going with Spence's ability. Because Crawford, this is a great point. Crawford is Kevin Garnett. Spence is Tim Duncan. We always seen who was better. Tim Duncan was better, always better than Kevin Garnett. Not to discredit Kevin Garnett, but he got like one championship? Tim Duncan got like 5. So that all will tell you. Spence has 3 belts at welterweight. Crawford has 1. Crawford was undisputed at welterweight, but Crawford's a blown up welterweight. But in my opinion, great big man beats great little man. Crawford's a little man. He's a great little man. But Spence is just a great big man. And don't get me wrong, Crawford did look like he put on a little bit of muscle. But having too much muscle could ruin you. That's what I believe. He's ruined. But Crawford's gonna have to show me something tonight against Spence to prove me wrong. If Crawford beats Spence, I'll tip my hat off and give him all credit in the world. If Spence beats Crawford, I'm gonna feel good. Because that's the man that really deserved it. That man been through everything. That man took the extremely hard route than what Crawford took. The extremely hard route. And people discredit that. I really want to like to know what's going to happen with that channel. Terrence Crawford beats Easy Route Spence. I really want to know what's his name going to be if Crawford loses. That's going to be interesting. But with that being said, guys, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and share. You know, this is my first live stream. I'm going to trying to do more live streams than usual. This is your boy JR Boxing Talk. I'm out of this thing, y'all. Peace.